Alright folks, today I have the Nitecore P26. It comes out of the Precise series. It's the P26. It goes up to 1,000 lumens. It has the Cree XPL HIV3 LED. It runs on one 18650 battery. It has a dial that allows you to select what light output you get and whether or not you're in strobe mode. So it's got a clip, it's got a finger ring, it's waterproof, it's a very nice looking light, got a nice feel to it. This thing has a 24,000 max intensity, a 310 meter beam distance, impact resistance. It's covered by the 5-year warranty promise by Nitecore. So let's get into this thing and see what comes in the box. Alright, so what you get with the P26, if you just purchase the light, if you're wondering, if you go to nitecorestore.com and you purchase just the light and you don't pick any of the extra add-ons, it will not include a battery. It will have a lanyard. It's going to have the finger ring. It's going to have the clip. It will have this holster that is actually a pretty thick, very nice holster. You get an extra push button in case yours ever gets a crack in it or you break it or you pop it off. You get 2 O-rings that are different sizes because this light unscrews at the tail cap and at the head, and there's a O-ring in both ends. And you'll get the owner's manual that comes with it. Here's the specs on this light. It has 1,000 lumens on turbo, and it goes all the way down to 0.5 lumens, or half a lumen. And everything in between is not rated because you can select any light output you want between a half a lumen and 1,000 lumens. So if you want 632 lumens, well, you just got to know where to dial it to and dial it to it, and you can have it. Because the dial is a unique feature, but we'll get into that. Alright, so that's what you get if you purchase just the light. I selected the 2300 milliamp hour battery to go with my package because I wanted a battery for the light. I didn't want to pull from my extra batteries. And I also purchased the charger to go along with it. I didn't want, because this light is not USB rechargeable, I wanted the Nitecore charger and Nitecore battery to go with it to see how it operated and ran. Alright, let's talk about the charger that I selected with this package. It was the UM10. Alright, so the cable comes off of it, it wraps around it like this. You can unravel it. You open the bottom side, and there's a spot there where you can plug in a USB cable. So if we want to charge our battery, we're going to hook the battery up in here. We're going to take the included USB cable and put it on the input hole. And then we're going to plug this into the wall. Alright, and once you do that, you get an awesome readout that tells you a percentage of what the battery is at all the time. So I've got a phone charger here, and I'm going to connect it to a phone. Alright, and then I'm going to connect the other end of that cable to the charger because I've used my one spot to plug up a USB, like let's say on my computer, and now I'm out of space and I don't have anywhere to plug up my phone, so I'm going to plug it into this battery charger in the bottom. So now you see I have a line going in the charger and I have a line going out of the charger, and once it starts charging you can see that it's now charging the USB going out. And you can set the priority. So right now I have it on USB, so it's going to charge the USB first. So you see this isn't flashing anymore. So if you don't have enough power, you've got to pick the priority of what you want. So I don't have enough power to charge both. It's charging my phone first, and then it will go to charge the battery. Or I can flip the switch, and now I'm charging my battery first, and my phone will charge later. You see? It's not charging right there. But when I flip it, you can see it made a noise, and then now it's got the charging symbol. So how about that? So that's a really nice charger. If you're worried about the price, it's worth what they're asking for this charger because of the extra features you have and what it does. So there's the charger. Alright, so the light comes apart at the head and at the tail cap, and it's a different thread, so you're not going to ever put it together wrong if you know when you go to put it back together. On the inside of the head, they have a very nice marked Nitecore switch here, and this little cap goes on top of the spring. See that? So when the battery goes up against it, you never have really a chance of it not getting good contact. When that battery pushes up against it, it kind of locks that little button top up against that contact, which is nice. And the little board inside there says Nitecore, which I think is awesome. All right, so you can see the head, and then on the other side of the battery, you have another spring. So this has a spring on both sides of the battery, so it's not good. You don't ever have to worry about shaking this thing or dropping it or mounting it to a weapon and losing light every time you fire, because there's a spring on both sides of that battery. So that's a good thing. Alright, so the user interface on the P26 is you have the tail switch and you've got the dial switch. The tail switch, you can do momentary light by half pressing it, or you can click it and get constant on. The dial switch, it will adjust your brightness and go to strobe, and it will do that with it on or off, but you cannot activate or deactivate the light with the dial switch. So to get light, only the tail switch. Adjust brightness is the dial switch, and that does it with the light on or off. So as you can see, I'm in the lowest mode. I've twisted it all the way clockwise. So I've twisted all the way to the right, and I'm all the way in the lowest. So I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to twist it counterclockwise or to the left and turn it on, and you can see it's brighter. So you can adjust the brightness while the light is off. So if you got it in your pocket and you always want to keep it on low mode, you can verify it's in low mode by trying to twist it. And then if you're like, oh, I need really bright light when I turn it back on, you can turn it on, or twist it and then turn it on to where you need it. And I have a little click here that gives you your strobe. So if you keep it normally pretty bright on the flashlight and you go, okay, well, I've got it off, but I need strobe when I turn it on, you can click it over, and then you've got momentary or constant strobe, which is pretty neat. I mean, you can select your mode with the light off. A lot of lights you have to have, well, this is the only light I know of that you can select the mode with the light off. I'm not familiar with any other light. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just not familiar with a light that you can adjust the brightness with the light off. So to be able to say, oh, I don't want strobe, I'm going to click out of that and be in a brighter mode. Or I don't want strobe and I don't want it bright at all. I want the moonlight mode. You can turn it on that and select it before you turn it on. Now there are some lights out there where it's two different switches, like one will be low and one will be high. But this is the only one I know of that you can dial precisely to where you want it and then turn it on and adjust it up or down as you see fit. I mean, it's just really nice user interface. Let's take this thing outside and see what it does. And let's compare it to the Colaris XT11S, which is 1100 lumens. And we're going to start off in the lowest mode. So here it is in the lowest mode. You can see it doesn't even really light up my foot. I mean, I can see my foot barely, but it's not a lot of light. Okay, we can slowly ramp up. It just starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter. Isn't that awesome? You got strobe. So let's look what our max output gets us. We get, Alright, so you got that tree, which is 50 foot away. The tree in the back is 200 feet away. The tree back there is about 200 feet away. So that's a pretty awesome throw for the size of the light we're looking at here. See it? Awesome throw. We're going to compare it to the XT11S, the Colaris XT11S. So here's the 11S. Right, there's the tree in the back. And the P26. 11S, P26. See that? And the thing is this one's got, the Colaris has a bigger head on it than the P26. So you gotta like that when it's a smaller light and you get more distance out of it. And we'll dim it down. Look at that. Awesome. Alright folks, there it is, the Nitecore P26. You can get it from nitecorestore.com. It's a very nice looking LED and reflector. Good finish on it. It's waterproof. It's the first flashlight I've ever owned that's got a dial. I really like being able to adjust the brightness while the flashlight is off. I mean, who else does that? Nobody else does that. Nobody else has yet. Not that I know of. That's it. You can just turn it up and turn it down to wherever you want it. Alright guys, I really appreciate you watching my videos. Hopefully I'll keep bringing you something worth looking at. Thanks.